We're down here in Swanwick at the Southampton Used Boat Show, which runs concurrently with the new boat show, looking at boats over £50,000. And we're starting off with this one, which is a Fairline Targa 34. This is a particularly nice example. It's got the dark blue hull and it's fitted with the largest KAD 300 285 horsepower engines. On board it's classic Fairline Targa really, big seating area at the back here around a table, and there's a nice seating area here alongside the helm. And then of course you've got downstairs. Downstairs again, it's exactly what you'd expect for a Targa. There's a dinette area over on the port side opposite a galley just here, and then you've got forward cabin with a double berth and two singles in the aft cabin. All works very well, nice practical boat. These are always a very popular boat. This is a Sealine SC29. This is a 2006 example and it's got a pair of Volvo D3 160 horsepower engines. The big news with these boats is this full-size hardtop here, which is quite an unusual feature on a boat of this size. But there's more to it than that. There's some quite clever detailing. They've managed to put, for example, a barbecue in underneath here, and there's some clever things like this seat back here which will flip over to give you much more space around here, and this pulls out to a sunbed here as well. Down here the layout's pretty conventional but perfectly effective. You've got an L-shaped galley area just here. There's a nice big dinette forward which will convert to a double berth, and then there's also another cabin back underneath here which will sleep another two. What we've got here is your quintessential family cruising flybridge boat. It's a Fairline Phantom 40. It's got the twin D6 435 horsepower shaft drive engines, and she's a 2008 built. But this is your perfect family boat really. You've got a nice big saloon area here, there's a decent sized galley, and then further forward you've got a double berth in the forward cabin and then a guest cabin with two single berths, both of which are en suite. This is something rather different. This is a 40-year-old Storebro Royal, but in 2011 it was given a pretty thorough refit right the way throughout. So you've got some quite modern touches like a colour GPS screen there, it's got a bow thruster on it, it's got modern battery electronics on it, and the whole thing's been reupholstered, new canopies, new upholstery inside, just gives it a really nice sort of upbeat feel really. Down here it's a feast of mahogany. As I say, this has all been reupholstered, so it all feels really nice. There's a galley on this side, nice dinette over here, and a little double berth in the forepeak. But what's nice with these old boats is these great big windows all the way around, so you've got a fantastic view out. There's even a little aft cabin back aft, and that's got a double berth and its own ensuite. Corvettes have been going pretty much unchanged for years. This is actually quite a recent one. It's a 2007, and what these boats are all about is space. The key to this boat is that they've put this raised aft deck area here, and that means that they've got accommodation throughout the whole boat. But even considering that, for a 32-foot boat, what they've actually achieved with this is incredible, and one of the most amazing things is this side deck. When have you seen a side deck this wide on a 32-foot boat? In here it's all about clever packaging again. They've put the galley up here in the saloon, but they've actually integrated it really nicely so it's not too obvious. Because this is up there, they've managed to get two decent sized berths into a forward cabin, and that has its own ensuite, but the best bit is the aft cabin back here. This is yet another area on this boat where you have to remind yourself that it's just 32 foot long. It's fantastic. You've got big windows around here, there's loads of storage, plenty of floor space, big double bed, and an ensuite on that side. If two people want to do some serious cruising and want to keep the size of the boat down, this is absolutely brilliant. Nimbus always build a great boat. This is a 370 Commander. It's got a pair of Yanmar 230 horsepower diesel engines in this one. In here it's classic Nimbus with all this lovely woodwork and attention to detail. But what I really like about this boat is that it's got a little pilot house just up here. This is a brilliant area of the boat. It's raised up above the saloon area, so it's totally separate. You've got fantastic visibility. There's an opening door here and another one over on the port side, and there's even access from here up onto the flybridge. Cunningly, Nimbus have used the height of that pilot house to give really good headroom in a mid cabin that goes back here with a double berth that runs across underneath it. There's a V-berth in this cabin that infills to make a double, and then you've got heads over on this side. Sealine F33s and 330s are always a very, very popular boat. This is a 96 example, and it's got the bigger Volvo AQAD 41 200 horsepower engines. They've come down in price a lot recently, and this one here is only £58,000. The Sea Line company, as we know, has recently been taken over by the German group Hans. And it'll be really interesting to see whether they return to building boats like this, because this kind of thing has always been a real success for Sea Line. It's typical of what they used to do so well. They managed to get a huge amount of space into a really tiny boat. So on this one, it's a 33-foot boat, but we've got a saloon back here, there's a little compact galley in the corner here, a double helm, and then you've got 2 cabins downstairs. It really is amazing what they used to get into these boats. This, I think, is absolutely fantastic. It's a 50-foot Princess, and it looks every inch a £500,000 machine. In actual fact, although it's a very modern looking boat, she's from 1994, she's got a pair of Caterpillar V8 435 horsepower engines, and she's up for sale for just £128,000. Back in 1994, Princess were big into their burr finishes. This is a burr maple. They also did a very dark burr mogano. It dates the boat slightly, but it still looks okay. But the real big overriding impression of this boat is just how much space there is in here. There's acres of it. It's huge. Big saloon area here, great big sideboard over here. There's a massive galley down here, and then loads of cabins down here. 3 cabins to be precise. So you've got 2 great big guest cabins, one either side, both with twin bunks in, and then you've got a big owner's cabin forward. So this is suitably impressive, as you'd expect. Again, masses of space, big ensuite in here, and 2 huge wardrobes. There's even a crew cabin right at the back of the boat as well. These larger, older, high quality boats have become seriously good value recently, and this boat here is a prime example.